Have you ever heard about the planetary defense system that's human-made? I guess it's a no. We have heard about the interplanetary attack, which even led to the extinction of dinosaurs from this Earth. Just think, if some attacks like this happen right now, what are we gonna do? Yes, it is a threat to our lives. But NASA and Elon Musk's SpaceX have introduced a fantastic planetary defense system. In today's video, we'll discuss the officially launched SpaceX's new planetary defense system. Human society presently possesses every type of defense mechanism for numerous threats we may face here on Earth, ranging from military armed vehicles to artificial intelligence and robotics, but what about dangers not from here? The Earth shares its solar system with billions of asteroids and comets. The vast majority orbit the Sun far from our planet. Those whose orbits approach ours are known as near-Earth objects. The vast majority are harmless and pose no threat. However, most people are aware of the near-Earth thing that destroyed the entire planet 65 million years ago. While rare, these types of impacts are still possible. In fact, NEOs of various sizes can pose serious threats. A collision with or above a heavily populated city might kill millions of people. Any considerable influence on water might result in enormous flooding along coastlines, causing extensive damage, injury, and death, as well as unprecedented humanitarian and refugee problems around the world. So how do we defend ourselves against such dangers? The good news is that efforts have been made to ensure that significant impacts do not occur. This endeavor is known as planetary defense, and it entails preventing asteroids or comet collisions. A team of space engineers and scientists is embarking on a mission to put their theories for real-world planetary security to the test. So let's take a look at how SpaceX fits into this planetary defense system. While there is no conclusive evidence that extraterrestrial intelligence or aliens exist or may ever attack us, we nevertheless face several threats from space, some of which may be far more catastrophic than we can think. Although scientists are tracking over 27,000 pebbles rattling around Earth's neighborhood of reach, experts in the field of planetary defense know that an asteroid like this took off most dinosaurs, and they are committed to ensuring that people do not suffer the same fate. Asteroids are massive chunks of space rock moving through space at incredible speeds. The size ranges in size from a few centimeters to several kilometers in diameter, with some as large as the moon. Impacts of these objects in the past have aided in changing the planet's geological and biological state. Professor Stephen Hawking offered brief answers to the big questions in his popular scientific book, stating that the cosmos is a violent realm where stars swallow planets, supernovae fire lethal rays across space, black holes collide, and asteroids hurtle around at hundreds of miles per second. We wouldn't be able to protect ourselves in the event of an attack like an asteroid collision. The last major asteroid collision with us occurred about 66 million years ago, wiping out the dinosaurs, and it will happen again, according to the Planetary Defense B612 Foundation. While we're confident that we will be hit by a devastating asteroid, we're not sure when the Earth has been hit by several asteroid impacts in its 4 billion years, perhaps none as devastating as the one that wiped out the dinosaurs. Most scientists agree that the city-sized asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs 66 million years ago came from the northeast at a steep angle, maximizing the number of climate-changing chemicals released into the atmosphere. The 200-kilometer wide jigsaw crater in present-day Mexico was produced when the asteroid struck, killing off 3/4 of life on the planet. The asteroid impact released a massive amount of climate-changing chemicals into the atmosphere, setting off a cascade of events that eventually led to dinosaur extinction. This was likely made worse because it hit at one of the most dangerous angles available, with the risk of an asteroid collision in mind. NASA's new DART mission could serve as a model for protecting our planet. DART mission. NASA launched the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or the DART, to test equipment for shielding Earth against future asteroid or comet risks. The DART operation was launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California at 1:21 a.m. ET on Wednesday, November 24th. DART is an element of NASA's larger planetary defense plan and was developed and administered by the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory (APL) in Laurel, Maryland. It will collide with a well-known asteroid that causes no harm to Earth. Its goal is to change the asteroid's speed just enough for ground-based instruments to measure it precisely. DART will demonstrate how a spacecraft may maneuver independently to a target asteroid and collide with it, a type of deflection known as kinetic impact. The test results will be used to better prepare for an asteroid that could pose a threat to Earth if one is ever detected. Lycia Cube, an Italian space agency ASI CubeSat that will accompany DART, will be launched before the collision to acquire photographs of the impact and the ejected matter cloud. ESA's, or European Space Agency's, Hera project will conduct extensive surveys of both asteroids around 4 years after DART's collision, with a particular focus on the crater left by DART's crash and precise measurement of Dimorphos's mass. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, speaking on the subject, said, "DART is transforming science fiction into reality, and it is a monument to NASA's foresight and ingenuity for the greater good. In addition to all of the ways NASA studies our cosmos and our home planet, we're also striving to preserve it, and this test will help prove out one viable strategy to defend our world from a potentially deadly asteroid if one is ever identified." The Didymos asteroid system, which consists of 2 asteroids, is the destination of DART's one-way trip. The moonlet Dimorphos, around 530 feet or 160 meters in diameter, is DART's target. Didymos is 2,560 feet or 780 meters in diameter, and the moonlet circles it. DART, Lycia Cube, and Hera will visit a binary asteroid system, which will address the huge scientific need in addition to strengthening planetary security. Only once before has such a visit occurred. In 1993, NASA's Galileo spacecraft passed by the asteroid Ida on its approach to Jupiter, discovering the asteroid's moonlet known as the Dactyl. The investigation team, led by Andy Rivkin, shared his opinions on DART like this: "Science-wise, we have never visited a binary asteroid on purpose. The outcome of DART's kinetic impact within the binary system can be detected far more quickly than a change in the orbit of a single asteroid around the Sun, since Dimorphos orbits Didymos at a significantly slower relative speed than the duo orbits the Sun. Between September 26th and October 1st, 2022, the spaceship will intersect the Didymos system, slamming into Dimorphos at a speed of about 4 miles per second or 6 kilometers per second. Dimorphos's orbit around Didymos will be shortened by several minutes, according to scientists. Researchers will use Earth-based telescopes to carefully measure the change. Their findings will test and improve scientific computer models used to forecast the effectiveness of kinetic impact as an asteroid deflection method. According to astrophysicist and satellite tracker Jonathan McDowell of the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics in Cambridge, Massachusetts, these 2 space rocks could be from 6 to 306 million miles or 10 to 493 million kilometers from Earth, depending on where they are in the orbit around the Sun. Still, they're currently about 300 million miles or 483.6 million kilometers away. Experts have stated that neither asteroid in this system poses a hazard to Earth. DART will then put its ability to change an asteroid's trajectory with sheer kinetic energy to the test. Cameras in the impactor and a briefcase-sized mini spacecraft that will be released from DART about 10 days before the crash will capture the event and broadcast photographs back to Earth. DART's target asteroid is insignificant compared to the devastating Chicxulub asteroid that slammed Earth 66 million years ago, causing the extinction of dinosaurs. On the other hand, more minor asteroids are significantly more abundant and offer a higher theoretical threat shortly, according to scientists. The DART team chose the Didymos system because of its close proximity to Earth and dual asteroid arrangement, which makes it ideal for observing the impact's aftermath. As a project of NASA's Planetary Missions Program Office, Johns Hopkins APL handles the DART mission for the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. NASA's Launch Services Program, situated at the agency's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, is in charge of the launch. The DART mission's launch services are provided by SpaceX. The success of the DART mission is both exhilarating and nerve-wracking, especially for space aficionados, but for now, all we can do is cross our fingers and pray for a successful mission. And that's a wrap for today's video. What do you guys think about this? Please let us know your opinions and thoughts down in the comment section. Stay tuned for more exciting videos like this one.